As those worst off looked for scapegoats, immigrants were soon being blamed for all the country's problems. Inflammatory programs on TV fueled an overtly racist climate.
Well, of course, there are far too many immigrants in this country.
We do not have sufficient houses, jobs and schools for our own people, let alone immigrants.
And unless something's done about this quick, that prejudice is going to be sheer bloody hatred.
Growing up black and British in the 70s was tough. When we were walking around the streets, there's graffiti everywhere. KBW, Keep Britain White, niggers go home, National Front stuff all over the place. So you definitely felt alienated.
The majority of Britain's black population were living in the poorest areas of the country, often segregated from the rest of society.
When we were kids, we know we were being sort of like brutalised in a lot of ways, and we knew there was a lot wrong in the way we were treated.
As well as the things that affected my white mates, like unemployment, etc., etc., we had the double grief of the cops on our backs with the whole sus laws and things like that.
The power to stop and search suspects originally came from an old anti-vagrancy law, but was now being used overzealously by police to take young black men off the streets.
I can't count the number of times we'd be turfed out of the van, and I'm talking about turfed, told to go and sit in a police car at the back. And this can be pretty scary because it's late at night, there's nobody round, no witnesses, right? And you're thinking, what the hell is going on?
The police were virtually at war with young black kids. You know, the chief of the Metropolitan Police said any encounter between black kids and the police was a potential riot. That view was still prevalent in '76, that there was going to be civil war, that black and white couldn't live together.
Carnival brings more enjoyment and social values.
If we were to do this, you could, in a sense, say that we ought to donate some money to a conservative fete or a church outing or something, and we don't do that. They are all...
It was clear that they wanted the carnival off the streets. The police, the Home Office, the newspapers.
There is a reservoir of racist feeling in the British population. There is not one single one who does not know that. So
I used to sleep, eat and drink the stuff.
Pen to paper.
And I was known as a public figure by then. And people stopped me in the street. Darkers, are we having a carnival?
Attempts to stop the carnival added to the sense of persecution felt by London's Caribbean community. Among the younger generation, anger about their situation was fueling a more militant stance.
We were bubbling and backfiring, and rising and raging. There were songs of freedom. Marley's hymns of freedom were all over the place. We were saying we're not putting up with it anymore.
There was clearly a change in consciousness occurring among young black British kids, because I think they were the first lot that knew they were black and British. They hadn't been born on an island somewhere in the Caribbean or whatever. They'd been born in Notting Hill or Brixton or Toxteth or wherever it was. And whereas their parents had put up with all the crap, they weren't going to.